Hello, my Teaserking family. How is everybody today? Little problems with YouTube just getting on. It took me a second to go live. So I'm live right now, looking forward to conversing and questions and answers and feedback and picks and all that stuff. So we're going to do week 15 now. Looks like a good week. One quick thing is my college package, $100 for all the college bowls throughout the playoffs. Keep in mind of these players sitting out to get rid of for the NFL draft bullshit. So I was going to play Nevada getting 3, and then the quarterback says, I don't want to get hurt. I would not draft Carson Strong. I like Carson Strong. I think he's a great quarterback, but Jesus Christ, sitting out a bowl game, letting your team down. What is he going to do in the pros? He's one of those that is always going to get hurt. So be careful before you bet these bowls. Make sure like the whole team doesn't sit out. Michigan will probably have half their teams because the last 5 bowls the team sat out. So I wouldn't be surprised. They got to get ready for the NFL draft. So just because it's a playoff game, I look probably half of them will sit down. They don't want to get hurt. They're a bunch of pussies. All right, let me go through the line as it is right now. Vegas Insiders. Let's see. My internet's running a little slow, but here we go. Okay, right off the bat, Casey's down to 3-52. It was 4-50, so over money going on. What happened to Cleveland? Vegas is now a 1.5 point favorite, and 30. Let's call it 38.5. I would assume, what is Mayfield hurt? I know there's a lot of guys on COVID. I haven't checked the list yet. Indy 2.5, 45.5 against New England. That stayed. Philly is now a 7-44 against Washington. Buffalo is 10.5, 44.5, which I think is a big number because Josh Allen is clearly hurt. Miami's up to 10. Jesus. 42. Dallas still 10.5, 44.5. Nothing's changed. Green Bay's minus 5.5. And 43.5. So I was Lamar Jackson. I thought he was out. But we'll see. Maybe not. Tennessee 1.5. And 41.5. Jacksonville 3.5 and 39.5. Arizona minus, I see a 12.5. So let's choose 12 because we want to take Arizona. We want the lowest number. San Francisco is 9 and 46. Denver is down to 2.5. Or no, up to 2.5. They were 1.5. 2.5, 44. The Rams are 4.5. They were 7, 45. Tampa Bay is 11 and 46.5. And that leaves Minnesota 3.5, 44. So let's check. I don't know if we're going to get injuries or not. So let's see. Let me quickly go through injuries. So San Diego, the last 7 have been really close in this series. So at this point, I like San Diego, and the spread dropped to 3. So if anything, Kansas City's got a guy out. What the hell? There's too many ads that come up. I can't stand it. And then I like when the screen rolls. So you're clicking on one part of the screen and it rolls away from it. Okay, San Diego injuries. Eckler questionable. That's really it. Nobody's really injured on San Diego. KC. Chris Jones, the defensive tackle, is out with COVID. Josh Gordon, well, he hasn't played in a year, so there's no injuries. It's just San Diego money, I guess. All right, what's going on in this Oakland-Cleveland game? Cleveland goes from a 6-point favorite down to Oakland's favorite. Cleveland injuries. Let's see. The left tackle, Conklin, is out with the knee. That's not a big issue. Kareem Hunt didn't practice. Questionable. That doesn't mean anything. Jarvis Landry's on COVID. So there's some COVID issues. I think we're all done with that COVID crap. Let's see. Big injury list for Cleveland. Baker Mayfield has tested positive and will need to pass through the league's health. So Baker Mayfield is out. I thought it was something like that. And the question is, their backup's not too bad if I remember. So when you see the line jump like that, you know there's something funny. So the Colts Patriots, nothing happened. Panthers, Dolphins, Jets. Let's see, where did the line really move? Arizona, Detroit. No, that line didn't move. No. Broncos, Bengals. Let's check on the Packers and the Ravens on Lamar Jackson. Now, again, this is scores and odds. They have injuries, but I guess if they have Baker Mayfield, they would have pretty good injuries. Come on. So I'm just going to check Baltimore's injury. And let's see. All I really care about is Lamar Jackson did not practice on Wednesday. Questionable with an ankle. So that's all that means. Green Bay, we know Aaron Rodgers has the toe, but it's going to play because he takes the shot. Rams 5 over Seattle. Okay, let's take a look at that because I don't think I got it. Head-to-head. Rams, Seahawks, Rams. So the Rams are 4-1. Winning Seahawks, Rams. So the Rams won by like 7, and 16. And this game is in LA. In LA, the Rams won 23-16, 28-17, 36-30. So this is mostly, it looks like the Rams winning 4 of the last 5. So you got to be careful with Seattle there. Let's look at any injuries quickly. Odell Beckham's out with COVID. Who cares? Henderson's out with COVID, the running back. Woods is out with the knee. Man, it's good that they sit out preseason so nobody gets hurt because it takes me 5 minutes to read the injury list. Nobody really on Seattle. Just Jamal Adams, but we knew about him. But Russell Wilson's not on the list. The Saints and the Bucks. Let's see. How do the Bucks now? Again, you've got to be careful. You can only go back a year. The Saints won on October 36-27, and the Bucks won in Brady's first game 30-20. And I thought they won in the playoff game. Well, that must be January 17th. So, yeah, the Saints won in 20. That was Brady. That was Drew Brees. The Bucks won the playoff game, the one that mattered. Then the Saints won this year, 36-27. So the Saints play them very well. except for the game that really needs anything. Any injuries to my Tampa boys? Antonio Brown suspended. We know it doesn't matter. Fontenette did not practice with an ankle. Doesn't mean anything. New Orleans injuries. Mark Ingram's on COVID. Winston, we know, is out. Nobody. Ty Montgomery is on COVID. So all of a sudden, this COVID crap's coming back when you thought it was safe to go into the water again. And so really, it's a New Orleans trend. And then let's look at the Bears and the Vikings. The Bears won in Minnie won in Chicago. Chicago won in Minnie, Chicago. So Chicago's 2-4, 5 out of the last 6. And I like Chicago here. The Vikings win was a 6-point win in Chicago. This game's in Chicago, but the Bears, so this is definitely a Bears play 2, 3, 4, 5, really 6-0 because they won as the dog. So let's see. So no comments. Okay. Keep in mind, if I'm responding to comments, I think you can see them on the screen. So let's go through the games. So now what we know is Baker Mayfield is out with COVID. I don't think the backup's too bad. I think he came in and played well when he was hurt initially. Some of the players have COVID, but do I really trust Oakland to go win there? No, not really. I think it is an under, but the under's already been adjusted 5 points. So let's look at what we got. Teams that need for the 1 seed: New England, Tennessee, and Kansas City, Dallas, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, and Arizona. So basically all the 1 seeds need the game, with the exception of Baltimore's scramble with Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Pitt. Backs against the wall: Buffalo after 2 losses, Miami in a must-win, Pitt, Indy, Denver, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Washington, Philly, Minnesota, Atlanta, New Orleans, and Frisco. Now, Atlanta, New Orleans, you got 5 wins. Your back's not against the wall. There's no wall left. So if we look at that, who needs the game more? San Diego needs the game more. San Diego is the last 7. The dog's been good. They play close games. They won the first game in Kansas City. So I like San Diego and 9 there. I'm not afraid of Kansas City. Their defense is playing better, but San Diego is a very good offensive team. Over under a 52. KC's been playing very low-scoring games, or their defense has been playing good, getting them the ball. I don't look for them to get the turnovers from San Diego, so I think that game will stay under. San Diego's an even team now. Their defense, Bosa's going to play. This will be a big game for them. 52, under 58, 28-20 seems pretty high, the way KC's defense has been playing. So I actually like the game under 58, but I prefer San Diego and 9.5 here. Again, this game's tomorrow. Again, backs against the wall. KC needs it for the 1 seed, but San Diego, this goes back to your Georgia-Alabama game where Georgia was in. Alabama needed to win to get into the playoffs, so there was a little more pizzazz. Kansas City's in, playing for the 1 seed against a team like San Diego who needs the game. It's a totally different animal. San Diego will play much better because they are fighting for the playoffs. KC's already in, basically. So I like San Diego there. Okay, Oakland, Cleveland. You got Mayfield out. The question is, how good is Mayfield? Backup? The other question is, even with him out, what does Oakland got? I don't think Oakland, okay, now they're the favorite. I still like Cleveland at home. I don't like Oakland. Their defense, they have a weak defense. Cleveland's got a strong defense. Now, part of Cleveland's defense is their running attack keeps the defense rested, keeps the clock running, so they don't give up points. Oakland's defense gives up 29 or 30. So even with the backup in, it's still an NFL backup unless it's Mills from Houston. So you have a decent backup. You're going to run Chubb a lot, so that's why the under is appealing, but it's already been taken down 4 points. See, when you lose the quarterback, you're the coach. What are you going to do? Well, how much can I trust the backup unless it's a really good backup? So therefore, I can't really trust the backup. So I'm going to run the ball because I got Chubb. So with Chubb, I'm going to run and I'm going to play defense. And that's what he's going to do. And it should be more of an Army-Navy under game. Oakland, they're not going to do a lot against Cleveland. I probably still like Cleveland in the 7.5 more than I like Oakland. If you got Oakland in getting the 12 or the 10, that's fine. You're in great shape. If you're looking at it now, I still don't like Oakland laying 1.5 or getting 4.5. I think I still like Cleveland getting 7.5. Again, Cleveland's back's against the wall. They have to win. They are at home. Even without Mayfield, they did win without him. I wish I could remember their backup, but I still like Cleveland getting the 7.5 in a low-scoring game. Points will be at a premium. It'll probably be cold there, so. Anyway, New England, Indy. New England should be favored. Indy's favored by 2.5, 45.5. Both teams with strong defenses. You know Belichick will stop Taylor. Wentz, he's playing better, but I still don't, he's more of a choker. Against Tampa, they played pretty well. I just think New England and as a dog is just too strong. They need the game for the 1 seed and to stay ahead of Buffalo. Indy needs the game to stay in the playoffs. So there's a little bit more need from Indy, but New England's playing really well. They'll keep rolling. So I like New England here getting the 8.5. Over under 45.5. I think I like the game under just because New England's defense, they both have pretty strong defenses. I think New England they're going to run the ball and they're going to play defense. And, I just think it's good, but I like New England as a dog. Now that Matt Jones, now you ask me, well, I don't like Lawrence and I don't like Fields and I don't like Tagliabue, but here I go. I like Herbert. I like Jones. So it's not like I hate every new quarterback, but Jones throws the ball well and quick, and he's a very good quarterback. Much better than Hurts, much better than Tagliabue. I think whatchamacallit, the Alabama coach, what's his name? Saban. I just think Saban made a big mistake not playing Jones for 3 years. He probably would have won another title. Washington, Philly. I don't know. This spread seems high, -7. I guess Tyler Heineke. Let's see if he is out or just what's going on with him. So let's go to Washington. Now, again, I'm going to scores and odds. I can also go to covers, but I don't know who has the most accurate up to the date. So let's look at the Redskins. Let's see. So Washington, what's going on? Washington injuries. Ryan Fitzpatrick's been gone. He's not that good of a quarterback anyway. Let's go. Oh boy, there's so many. The whole team's injured. Tyler Heineke's questionable with the knee, which means he'll probably play. And then I don't know who the backup is. Kyle Allen will be unable to return until the league clears him from COVID. So they don't have a backup quarterback. So Heineke's going to have to play. He'll be okay, but he can't run because if he gets hurt running, they're screwed. So I don't know who their new backup is. What do I have here? I got Philly 6 of the last 7 here. So Philly plays them real well. Both teams need the win to stay with the wild card. I don't think they have a real chance of catching Dallas, but this is for wild card. So Philly at home, does that mean anything? There's no major trend in this game. Like Philly's a great home favorite or Washington's a great road dog. I don't really see that trend. And again, it's hard for me to use the trends. So that's why I'm discovering different ways to look at these games because I could go to a 5-year trend. I can't really use it. You didn't have Hurts, Heineke, new coaches. There's too many new factors. It's hard enough with the trends of capturing all the variables I capture, but then when you switch quarterbacks and coaches, you really make the trends extremely difficult to get. So I don't know. The team with the better defense is Philadelphia, and I don't know. I don't love Philly -1 against Washington just to win the game. When you look at the game, okay, Washington, Philly, and Philly picked the winner. All right, so let's take the spread out of it. Who do we like? I honestly think I like the dog. Now Heineke's not out. He's quite now. If Heineke's out and Allen, their backup's out, then the quarterback will change it into a running game, which I think you're going to get anyway. So after thinking about that, I think the under is the best play here because I think Washington has to protect Heineke and run the ball, and I think Philly, they can't pass it anyway with Hurts, so they're going to do their running. Washington sees them. Philly's won 6 of the last 7, so maybe you have Philly -1, but I think the under 50 is a better play here because Heineke's got to be careful, so there's more running. Washington's defense has been playing well. Philly's got a strong defense, so I think the defenses dominate here, and I think 50 points I don't think they'll get to. Carolina, Buffalo -10.5. Jalen, as we know, has a hurt ankle. Buffalo needs a game, losing 2 games in a row against a very weak Carolina team with Cam Newton. So Buffalo should win, but I don't know who their backup is, and you got to figure their backup. And Allen runs too many times. ZK Gaming. What the hell are you doing, ZK Gaming? Stop gooding on my screen with W's. Nick, hi, Nick. Seattle, LA already dropped 3 points. Looks like a lot of people are on Russ and Coach P this week. Yeah, I mean, the Rams played a good game. They beat Arizona. That's what I thought would happen because they play well in Arizona. However, here, LA's 4 out of 5. I think it's an over game if I have to bet it, but I don't really love Seattle here. But I think they play them a good game, and I think they can keep it close. But I think it's an over game. ZK Gaming, I don't know why people drive when there is a tornado in view. ZK, what are you doing? I don't have time or patience for you to write a bunch of W's and interfere with my family here. So please stop doing that. Okay. Thank you very much, ZK. Please don't waste everybody's time with this W crap on my screen. Where are we? All right. So Buffalo, we're laying 10.5 to 4.5. No, I don't. Again, it's up to Josh Allen, but I think that makes it an under. Carolina shouldn't score in the game. Buffalo, strong defense. Carolina does have a strong defense, and Allen's going to be not running as much, so they actually have to use a running back. Got a different concept. I think Buffalo wins, but I think it's like 20-0. I don't think Carolina scores. I like the game under. I can't trust Buffalo laying 4.5. That's just too much with Josh Allen hurt. The Jets in Miami. Miami's won 7 of the last 8. I don't know what's going on here. The spread goes from 8 to 10. Who the hell is betting on Miami over a touchdown? You got to be out of your mind. Over under 42. So I would play this game under. Strong defense. The Jets weak defense. Let's take a quick look. The Jets Miami. What's in the world's going on here? The Jet injuries, let's see. Now, keep in mind, the Jets don't have any players that I can recognize. Mike White's on COVID, which he wasn't playing anyway, except for those couple of good games. Bunch of defensive players I never heard of. Oh, Elijah Moore, the wide receiver's out. Oh, that must be why the spread jumped. I never heard of him. Cameron Clark. There's no injury on the Jets that's even would make me jump on it. Miami, Philip Lindsay, I've heard of. Let's see. Absolutely no reason. Miles Gaskin, all the running backs I know are out with COVID or something. Fuller's out, the receiver. So somebody please explain to me why Miami is now a 10-point favorite. I don't like that. However, Miami plays them 7 of 8. If you bet Miami, you win. So the series goes to Miami, but I ain't laying 10 points with this team. The 3 running backs out, and you got Tagovailoa, who only throws 5-yard passes to the running backs. I would play this game under. I think the Jets are just terrible. They're a Z team. They give up a lot. Miami wins another 20-0 game. I think but you can't trust it. Jets can get a punt return or something. So I think under 42 down to 48 is the only way to play this game. 2 weak quarterbacks. Dallas 10.5 over the Giants. Watching if Daniel Jones plays. I was really upset Jake Fromm didn't play Sunday. So I don't know that he's going to play, and that leaves their backup quarterback, Nick, who's that backup quarterback again. So the Giants really aren't going to do much. Dallas's defense looks like it's really improved. We know what they can do offensively. Dallas has won the last 8. I like Dallas. Now here I'll give the 4.5. And over under 45, probably an under, because I don't think the Giants score a lot against this defense and with their terrible offense. But basically, now, okay, Howard, you didn't take Buffalo laying 10. You didn't take Miami laying 10. Why do you like Dallas laying 10? Well, the first reason is you got kind of Carolina's got a strong D. Allen's injured. Probably not a lot of points. Second, Miami is a weak offense. They're an under team. Even though the Jets have a weak defense, Miami really can't take advantage of it. They don't have a strong enough quarterback. What I like with Dallas is they have a strong offense. The Giants do not have a weak defense. They do not have a strong defense either. But Dallas is an A team. They're not an under team. Miami's an under team, and Buffalo's quarterback's hurt. Dallas has everybody healthy, and their defense is coming around. They got Elliott to score the touchdowns. So I think they can score, and I think you're looking at maybe 31-3 here instead of 20-0. Over under of 45, I would probably go under 51 there. And I like Dallas has won 7 out of the last 8, so I think Dallas in a must-win game. Now, Dallas is in a must-win. They're a game back of Green Bay and Tampa Bay, so they must win. Really backs against the wall for them for the 1 seed. This is like, okay, we can't fuck up. We're playing the Giants. John D. Hi, John. Dallas offense has stalled in recent weeks, but their defense has been one of the best in the league. Yes, I understand that, sir. But let's look at last week. Dallas, Washington, 27 points. That's good. The Giants gave up 37 to San Diego, and they got They got 2 late touchdowns, so it should have been 37-7 San Diego. So I'll see where Dallas is going to have a problem putting up points. I think the week before, didn't they? Yeah, they played. Dallas, they scored 27 on a good New Orleans team. So I don't know where you're getting their offense stalled. I think that, you play a good New Orleans defense and you got a lead, and then it's just the coach saying, let's run the ball and run the clock out. And again, last week against Washington, they just made a good comeback. But again, look at Tom Brady in Tampa, right? They took a big lead on Buffalo, and then when they needed to get first downs, they couldn't do it until overtime. So they weren't getting anything going. And I think sometimes you score a lot. Dallas put up 27 and then kind of put it into neutral, and Buffalo and Tampa did the same thing. They were up 27-10 and put it into neutral, thinking they'd won the game. It's not like college where you keep rolling. So I don't know. Dallas, again, they're going to put up 30 points easy against the Giants. I don't think the Giants are going to do anything. So I'm going to say like 33-7 is what the score is going to be. So easily covering the 10 and keeping it under. But I like Dallas minus the 4.5 much better. Hopefully we get a 9 and we can go to 3. Green Bay, Baltimore. Green Bay's up to 5.5. My line was 3 with Lamar Jackson but Green Bay, and now Green Bay is 5, and Lamar Jackson is questionable with an ankle that he had to get carted off the field. So don't tell me he's healthy. This is like Taylor when he got hurt in Alabama and he hurt his hip, and everybody, oh, he's fine. He's on bullshit. You don't recover from that hip injury. He's probably still bothered by the hip injury. So you can't tell me Lamar Jackson's going to be anywhere near 80% in the game. If he's maybe 50%, won't be able to run, even though he can't run. They figured him out. He throws a lot of interceptions now. Green Bay's defense is much improved. I like their secondary. They'll be all over Jackson, and nobody's stopping Aaron Rodgers, least of all Baltimore. They really couldn't stop that. If the backup comes in, he's from UCLA. He played on Green Bay his first 2 years. So not that Green Bay knows him, but Huntley, I think. I like Green Bay here. Again, Green Bay, I think they're the 1 seed now that Arizona lost because they beat Arizona head-to-head. But they got Tampa and Arizona on their heels. So Green Bay needs a win. Baltimore, on the other hand, is kind of they got the lead, but they're falling. And the back's against the wall for, not really either team because both teams are kind of in the playoffs, although Baltimore is slipping. But Green Bay, they need it for the 1 seed. They'll be playing. I like Green Bay here because I don't feel Lamar Jackson's going to play, or if he does, he's not going to be healthy. Over under 43.5. That seems kind of low. Do I go under 49? It's hard with Aaron Rodgers to not think they're going to put up at least 28. And then Baltimore, probably get, I'm going to say about 28-14 in this game for Green Bay. That's a 42. So, yeah, you can probably go under, but I like Green Bay even. Again, they need the game, and you're just not going to stop Rodgers. Baltimore doesn't have Ed Reed anymore or Lewis. So I look for Aaron Rodgers to he's the best player on the field. So I think they need the game. The trend's Green Bay. Baltimore is really not there. Tennessee and Pitt. Tennessee's an even team. Pitt's an under team. I have Pitt as a 3-point favorite. They got Tennessee as a 2-point favorite. So something's wrong here. Check with the injuries to T.J. Watt and Roethlisberger, the running back Najee Harris. They're all I'm sure they'll all play. Pitt has their back against the wall. Tennessee doesn't. Tennessee's leading the division, and they're not really up for the 1. They're kind of in for the 1 seed, but that's going to New England and Kansas City. So Tennessee doesn't have the back against the wall. Pitt does. Pitt has to win to keep trying to get into the playoffs. So I give an edge to Pitt needing the game at home. If Tennessee wins, it's going to be close. Your over-under is 41.5. I got Tennessee as a strong dog. Pitt, I don't have. They give up in the mid-20s, so they're neutral. I just think this is a close game. I'm going to say 20-17. I don't know who wins, but I think Pitt's going to play one of their sloppy defensive games. Tennessee, the same thing. I don't like Tannehill. I like Roethlisberger, but he's getting who looks it. It's funny how Brady looks so much fresher, 5 years older than him. I just think I like the dog in the game, and therefore Pitt in a must-win needs it more than Tennessee. Tennessee's going for the 1 seed, but Pitt's going for the playoff. So I like Pitt in the must-win game here. Houston, Jacksonville, how are these teams so bad between them and the Lions and who else do we got that's like atrocious? The Jets. I mean, how are these teams so bad? I mean, it's ridiculous. What kind of general managers that can't spot talent? I mean, watch my draft videos. They can watch my videos and pick a better team than what they do. So Houston's absolutely a Z. Jacksonville's absolutely a Z. Trevor Lawrence just all he does is throws interceptions. Mills is terrible. However, let's see, is Tyrod Taylor gonna try to get up there? So let's go to Houston and see what's the story with Tyrod Taylor. Texans and Jaguars. What a joke. Who the hell would bet Jacksonville laying 3 in your wildest dreams? All right, Houston injuries. Let's see. I don't see anything on Tyrod Taylor. Now, if they're sitting him out because they want to see how good Mills is, I can answer that in a minute going, Mills sucks. You don't need to see that. Go watch the Stanford film. Jacksonville, they don't have anybody good anyway, so there's no reason to look there. So I don't know unless we hear something. Now, if Tyrod Taylor plays, we're taking I like Houston. If it's Mills and Lawrence, then the over-under is 4.5. Let's go under 46.5 because it's just very – where are they going to get points from? They both have weak defenses, but neither team has a quarterback to take advantage of it. So if Aaron Rodgers is playing either of these teams, I'm betting Houston, Dallas, Green Bay, and laying 10 down to 4. But in this situation, neither quarterback's any good. Where are you going to get the points from? Both defenses are okay. Even though they give up 27, 28 a game, this is where the statistics lie. It's against the Rodgers and the Bradys and the Drew Brees and the good quarterbacks, not against the weak quarterbacks. They don't do it. If the Jets played these teams, the Jets aren't going to light up either of these teams. Arizona. Now I see Arizona down to a 12, 47.5. Arizona's the A team, obviously. Detroit's the Z team. Hawkinston was out last week. I don't think it really mattered. Denver just killed them. Now Arizona's off a loss. Arizona must win because they're still trying to win the division, and they're going for the 1 seed. Detroit's out of it. I love it. They're 1-10-1, and they've just been eliminated from the playoffs. I'm like, dudes, they've only won 1 game. What do you mean they've just been eliminated? They've been out since week 5. Like they're gonna go 1-10-1 and win the last 5 games or whatever. Arizona at 12, over under 47.5. Here I actually like the over. Detroit's got a weak defense. Goff they do a little bit better at home. Arizona's a huge trend. They're a strong road team. As I say, they're terrible at home. You bet against them at home. That's why I had the Rams. And you take them on the road, and they're on the road, laying the 12. They must win. Murray's going to light up the Lions, but I think the Lions can score a little with Goff. They seem to get a couple of meaningless touchdowns. If you can get the 12 and go under 7, take Arizona. If it's back to 13 or there's a reason for the 12, go over because with Murray, he's going to light him up, and Detroit's scores enough, but it's a tough line, the 12 or the 13. But I think Arizona off the loss, must win for them. Look for them to kill Detroit. Atlanta, Frisco, both teams need it. Both teams are looking at wild cards. Now, Atlanta's got the weaker defense and the better quarterback, which makes it an over game. Frisco laying 9 is way too many. There I like Atlanta in 15. Just it's way too many. Frisco, though, they're not a dominant, we're going to win by 30-point team. They're not Green Bay. They're not Tampa. I mean, so I don't get this line at all. I have Frisco by 7. Frisco's a 9. Atlanta is not that weak. And again, they still are playing for the playoffs. I like Atlanta in 15. There's good trends on Atlanta. Frisco's a terrible home favorite. Over under a 45. I think it's an over 39. I think's easy because Arizona scores with Matt Ryan, and their defense isn't that strong. So I think you can go either over or you go Atlanta and 15. I think both are very good plays in this game. Frisco is way overvalued for some reason, unless you see a big injury to Atlanta. And again, don't see one. Matt Ryan's not out, but we'll see. So keep an eye on the. Really, you watch the over-under, like Mayfield's out, and the over-under dropped from 43 to 38. When teams don't have a quarterback, you go under with the game because the guy comes in and he doesn't know what he's doing. They're just going to run the ball because there's no confidence in the quarterback. So keep that in mind. So teams with bad quarterbacks, Houston and Jacksonville, the Jets in Miami, depending on if Allen's playing. If Allen's out, it's definitely go under in the game. That game won't hit 25. So Atlanta, Frisco, go over. A good quarterback in Ryan. It makes it a good dog. They need the game. They both need the game, so it's a playoff game. Tease the dog. I got Atlanta as kind of a W, and I got Frisco as an E. I'll go through my scoring system as soon as I'm done. Cincinnati, a B team. Denver's an under team. Okay, we all watched Denver kill Detroit at home, but this ain't Detroit, right? See, this is the problem with eye test and all this bullshit because they're not playing. If they were playing the Lions again, then I would say Denver's going to kill them. But they're playing Cincinnati, a very good team. Burrow showed his worth coming on, and they should have won in overtime. It was normal overtime rules, not this incredibly stupid overtime. Well, you scored. Well, now the other team gets it. What is that? You kicked off. You ran down the field. You scored. The game's over. I don't understand this whole mess with the other team has to get the ball. You play defense and get the ball. Unbelievable. So Cincinnati. So Denver 2.5 over Cincy. Over under a 43.5. Denver's got a strong defense. Cincy's okay. I mean, they're probably in the mid-20s. They probably give up about 23 because they're a B team. So Cincinnati's really the better team. And with Burrow and Chase, they're going to score. This should be a close game. Tease the dog. I'm looking at two teams in the 20s. So I think it's over 43 down to 37. I think over is a very good play here. And I think Cincinnati and 8.5 is a very good play here. I think they're a very live dog. They need the game. Denver needs the game. So both teams need the game like Atlanta, Frisco. So when you have both teams really playing, it's take the dog. Denver's not going to blow out Cincinnati. This is not the Lions. Denver got the big game. Cincinnati lost to Frisco, but they came back. So if they're down, they're going to come back. I just don't see Denver killing them. I just look at the dog. I pick the score 27-24, maybe 30-27, somewhere in that area. I don't see a blowout here. And again, we have to pick the game before. We can't look at the end and go, yeah, I like them. The Rams in Seattle. Nick, your favorite game. You seem to be attached to that game this week for some reason, Nick. If you can't figure it out, just pass. You don't have to play it. LA, Seattle. I initially liked the dog. I still do. Strong defense for Seattle. The Rams, Stafford's made them a bad defense because he throws too much to Cooper Kupp every time. Look for Seattle to try to take him away and put pressure on Stafford, which is his Achilles heel. Like so many of these quarterbacks, they don't know how to handle a blitz. So LA's 4.5, over under 45. LA, their back's not really against the wall. They're pretty comfortably in the playoff. They just had a big game against Arizona on a Monday night. They No, they want to catch Arizona for the top, but they don't really need the game. I mean, they're not going to catch the one seeds. So it's just the kind of like, okay, we're in the playoffs. We can kind of relax. We just beat Arizona. Seattle's out of it. I mean, I guess if they ran the table and everybody else lost every game, they could make the playoffs. But realistically, they're not in it, which makes it kind of difficult here. Russell Wilson's playing better. They're scoring better. I think their confidence is back. LA's won four. They're 4-1 the last five in this series, so it's an LA series. So it's really difficult here. Aaron Donald, what's he going to be again on Russell Wilson? Over under 45. I think that's really where it is. I think Russell Wilson's been scoring. I think Seattle's a live dog here, but I think there'll be a lot of points. I 30 to 20, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe 30-23. I just see points being scored. Russell Wilson and Stafford, you got two good quarterbacks. So I think I like the game over is probably the best way to play it, Nick. Do not, LA, I mean, they could win by 14. I doubt it. It ends up getting close, but it could be a pick at the end or something. But I think 45 going over 39, I think is the absolute way to play this game. New Orleans, Tampa. Tampa is the A team, best team in the league with Green Bay. New Orleans is an under, no quarterback. It's Kamara, so he's going to play 46.5 over under. Tampa needs the game again. It's them in Green Bay for the 1 seed, and they want that bye, and they want to play at home. Well, they'll play at home the first round, but they want that Green Bay game at home. Laying 11 is a big number in a rivalry. What do I got here? New Orleans is the trend. The last few, I think I said that. They're like they beat Brady twice last year. Brady won the playoff game, and then they beat him again. So Tampa's got their number. So I wouldn't lay a lot here for some reason. As long as Kamara is playing, New Orleans still has a playoff chance. Tampa's going for the 1 seed. I think, again, it's hard to go over. New Orleans has a strong defense and Simeon. So you got Kamara running, and you got Tampa. Brady, he's always going to score. I think the game gets into the 30s for Tampa. It's hard to lay 5, though, in the NFL. So I don't know. I think the number's too high. I think the only way to play the game is over. I don't love it over because of New Orleans with Simeon, and Tampa has a good defense. And they were slowly killing Buffalo 27-10. They made a game at the end, but I don't see Simeon doing that. So, I see 30 to something. So it could get over just because of Brady. It's 46, go over 40. That's doable. Tampa will get their 30. New Orleans seems to score with Kamara. In the last game is Minnesota. Minnesota is an E team, weak defense. The Bears are a W team, weak defense, especially with Fields. They're a terrible offense, very weak offense with a weak defense. However, I like the little guy running back all the punts. The Bears are 5-1 the last 6. I like this as a home dog. There's a big trend on them. Minnesota, I don't know. They're all fucked up, this team. I don't know who's what. They get a big lead, and then Kirk Cousins throws a couple interceptions last week. They blow the Cincinnati game. They blow the Baltimore game because he throws interceptions. They miss field goals. They just aren't a very good team. I don't understand for them to be a road favorite. I like the Bears. I think somehow they score some points with the Wildcat or whatever the hell it's not a normal offense, but the Bears score points. I like the Bears in 9.5. They are out of the playoffs. Minnie's kind of got a shot, but Minnie as a road favorite in a place where they always lose in Chicago on a Monday night, I think Chicago, I think they get the upset 2017, 24-21. somewhere in that neighborhood. Over under 44. I think you could almost go over because Kirk Cousins is going to throw a few touchdowns. He's going to throw a few interceptions. That's what I do. So I'm looking at the Bears and the 9.5 in that game, but very small because the Bears are out of the playoffs. So I like the playoff teams. I like the New England stronger. So let's go down the list. KC's a B team playing San Diego, an even team. KC's defense playing very strong. I like the dog in the game. I like the under in the game. Oakland's an E team. Now, an E team, they score in the mid-20s. They give up in the mid-20s. So it's a very, nothing, just another weak team, but they're not quite a Z or a W. Cleveland's an under team, especially with Mayfield out. They're a very under team. Now, the number's already been dropped 5. I kind of like Cleveland as the dog. The over-under is getting a little bit low at 38.5. I would have liked at least a 40, but you didn't know Mayfield. It was 43, and I liked the under at that point. But without Mayfield, it's just a game to watch. The over-under is too low. I think Cleveland 7.5 is still a good play, but it's hard to bet on their backup. New England, Indy. New England's an A team. Indy's a B team. New England is the dog. Probably shouldn't be. They're playing very, very well. I like New England and 8.5 here. They'll stop Taylor. They'll stop Wentz, and Jones is going well. New England's just playing well. Here's where Belichick's finally playing well. I like the under 45 down to 51, and I like New England as the dog. Washington, Philly, 2 E teams, so they score mid-20s, give up mid-20s. They're both E teams. Philly's laying 7. I like the under in the game. I just think it'll be low scoring, but you never know with Jalen Hurts. I think Washington will contain them. I can't really trust Philly to lay 1 and win. Washington, I don't know. Those are 2 teams that I can't really figure out. There's a very small trend. Philly's won 6 of the last 7, which maybe keeps me away from Washington, but I think the game's close. I like the under there. Carolina, Buffalo. Buffalo is a team. Carolina is an under team, which means they don't score a lot and they have a good defense. Without Josh Allen, then it becomes really they're not an A team. They're an under team because they got a good defense. Without a good offense, play the game under. Even with Josh Allen, his ankle is clearly hurt. He's not going to do a lot. Are they going to do these stupid running plays with him? I don't know. But I don't think Carolina does anything. I think it's a shutout for the Buffalo. It could be like 17-0. So I think let's go under in the game. Miami and the Jets. The Jets are a Z team. No offense, no defense. Miami's an under. They don't score a lot. They got a pretty good defense. 2 weak quarterbacks. I like the under in the game. I am not taking Miami laying more than a touchdown here. Laying 4 is, I would lay 1 or 2, but not 4 in this game with this quarterback. So it's clearly an under here. Miami has won 7 of the last 8. Dallas and the Giants. Dallas a A team. The Giants are a W team, which means they don't score much and their defense is weak. Dallas's defense is getting healthy. I think Dallas rolls. They need the game. They've won the last 8. It's all Dallas here. Green Bay, Baltimore without Lamar Jackson. I like Green Bay. Green Bay's a B team. Baltimore's an under team with Jackson. They don't score a lot with Jackson. He's out, or he's going to play with this terrible ankle, which I doubt he lasts the game, but he's not going to be able to run, and that's all he can do. He can't throw. I like Green Bay. They're going for the 1 seed. Laying 5.5. You got him even. Jackson, if he does play, I don't know. He'll probably start. Limp around, and then Rodgers with his toe, but Rodgers wins the game. So if it gets down to it, Rodgers is going to win the game, and that's what you're looking at. That's why you bet Rodgers versus Tagliavua versus these other guys who are chokers. Rodgers, is going to win you the game. Tennessee, Pitt. Tennessee's even. Pitt's an under team. They make Tennessee the favorite here. Pitt's backs against the wall at home, over under 41.5, probably an under game. Check the injury because it's too early, but I like Pitt as the dog, getting 7.5 at home in a must-win game. I know they've been playing weak, but Tennessee, they don't, who knows if Julio Jones ever plays. Um, but I like Pitt as a home dog here and a must win. Houston, Jacksonville, play the game under. They're both Z teams, no offense, no defense. I'm not betting on Trevor Lawrence to win, and I'm definitely not betting Mills. If you got Taylor, I like Taylor. Either way, I like the game under. It's 40.5. Go under 46.5. Arizona is the A. Detroit's the Z. Arizona off of a loss on Monday night. I look for them to bounce back with a big win. However, I do like the over 47-41, which is 24-17 gets you there. And I think Arizona puts up a 30 at least on them. Detroit, I'm not going to stop. What's his name? Murray's. They're going to score a little. Goff will find a touchdown somewhere. I definitely like it over. If you can keep it under 7, play a little bit Arizona. I don't love the number, but it should be a blowout, but we'll see. Atlanta, Frisco. Atlanta's a W. Frisco's an E. So, but Atlanta's a better than a W. They're really close to being an even team. Their defense is kind of weak, putting them as a W, but Frisco, they're not a powerhouse. I like the game over 45-39, and I like Atlanta as a dog. I just think the spread's too high, and they're too good of a team to get 15 points there. They're still in a playoff hunt. Denver, Cincinnati's the better team. They're a B team. Chase and Burrow against Bridgewater for Denver. Denver's an under. Good defense, as we know. Cincinnati killed Baltimore and Pittsburgh. They're good against good defenses. They're good as a dog. I like Cincinnati in this game, getting 8.5, and also over 43-37. Although you're a little afraid of Denver's defense, but Cincinnati should score. So the 8.5 looks really good. Again, Denver's not playing Detroit, so this is the problem. Don't look at last week. Look at the whole picture. Forget the points. Cincinnati, Denver, who wins, tease the dog, and that's how you do it. And I definitely like the dog in this game. Seattle and the Rams. Seattle's an under team, but Wilson was hurt, and he's playing better, so they're really not an under team. The stats say it, but you got to read into it going, Russell Wilson wasn't there for 4 weeks. Now he's back. He really didn't do much. Now he's starting to turn on, so they're much better than an under team. The Rams are a B team, beat Arizona, an emotional game. Kind of neither, the Rams needed a little bit more. I like the game over. I think there'll be a lot of points with Russell Wilson. Now he's back, and Stafford. Definitely like the game over. New Orleans, Tampa. New Orleans is an under. Simeon's not a really good quarterback. Although Taysom Hill, he's better, but he's still not, he likes to run, but he's not that great. Tampa Bay, we know Brady. We love Brady. So it's a big number. New Orleans plays them very well. So you got to be careful that Tampa Bay just kills. They just played a big game with Buffalo. I think they just had 2 big games. Tampa Bay, they killed Atlanta, and then they did. So Atlanta's a 30-17, so it's a 47. So I'm right in that area. Tampa in the 30s. New Orleans maybe hits 20. I would play the game over 46. You just need over 40. Tampa's going to get you 30. So I like the over in that game. And then Minnie and the Bears. Minnie kind of needs it, but they're just to make them a road favorite at the Bears. The Bears showed you a little bit against Green Bay. Eventually, Rodgers was just too much, but at home on a Monday night, a home dog, Minnesota, Kirk Cousins, Mr. Choke. I like Minnie. I like Green Bay as a home dog on Monday night again. Getting 9.5. I don't love it. I wouldn't. Nick. New England should easily cover in a teaser. Well, don't use the word easily. This is football. New England should cover in a teaser. It seems like a game when the wrong team is favored and the money is on New England. Well, again, where do we get the line from? The line comes from the betting. So people are on Indy. They're not on New England as much because Brady's not there. So we've caught on to New England, but the whole world likes Indy. So therefore, that's why Indy's favored. It's because they think the betting will go more on Indy at home. We are smarter than the average bear, so we like New England because we think they're the better team and they're the dog. Then Vegas fixes games for Indy to win game close, so everyone loses. Yeah, I mean, well, that's what they do mostly is when they see the big line. So, like Miami line jumped to 10, I doubt they cover because then the Jets will cover because nobody's going to bet them. But they're very good. Now, Dallas, that could be, but this is why we play teasers. They're just trying to beat the line, right? So when Dallas plays the Giants, it's 10.5. So they're going to win by 9, let's say. You can't win by more than 10, right? So they win by 9. But we're teasing it down to 4. That's why we play the teaser. They're not trying to beat the teaser line. They're trying to beat the regular line. So that's where we get the advantage of the fix and of Vegas and everything. And then all my trends are calculating the fix into it. So when I say LA, or let's go to Chicago's won 5 out of the last 6, that's with the fix in there. So when they play at home, Chicago's 5-1. That's if there's a fix, we're with it. We see it. So again, here's the Bears. That game could easily be fixed because who's betting the Bears with Fields? So they're going to bet Minnesota, and then here come the Bears as a home dog. That's why we look at the trends and we look at everything is because of the home dogs, is because of the trends, is because of the fix. That's what we're looking at. So I had an interesting question today, and one of my friends, and he says, "I'm new at betting. What do I do?" So this is for you. So everything we do in life's about comfort. If it's first learning how to deal with girls, if it's how to bet football or poker, if it's stocks, if it's investing, if it's a new job, the whole key to life is being comfortable, and you practice. So you start talking to a girl and you get comfortable. You start playing poker. So my story is when I started playing poker at MGM, I had played poker when I was 12 years old, but I hadn't played in a while. And now here's Texas Hold'em, which I had never played. I had always played 7-card stud or 7-card high-low, and I had never played it. And I would play for a couple bucks. The bets were $2 or $3 or maybe $5. So it was never, I got aces, I'm betting $2. That's what I played. I was 10, 12, 13 years old. This is in the 70s when money was real. So I go to MGM and I'm playing Hold'em, and I don't know what it's like I'm playing 1-2, but here's a $15 bet. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to lose $15 because I was still in the 1-2 mentality. This was years ago, and this was the first time I had played it. And I basically didn't know what I was doing. And I was sitting there. Now I know how to play poker and I know how to play Hold'em, but I didn't know the betting. So I was afraid to lose. So I would either fold or just call. And I made so many mistakes. I have 2 pairs. Some guys got a straight draw, and I'm checking because I don't want to make a bet. I end up losing because he hits a straight on the end, and I don't know how to bet. I don't know how to protect. So then I learn. I go, I can't play. If I'm going to play like this, I can't play. So I can't play scared. I wasn't comfortable. Then I got comfortable. Now if I flop 2 pair and some guy there's a couple of hearts or 5, 6 on the board, I'm betting $100. I'm protecting my hand and making you pay to get your card, right? But I didn't know that back then. I was not comfortable. And that's my point of this little tutorial now is you got to be comfortable. So my advice, if you're new at betting, is to learn how to pick the games. And as I said, look at the game without a point spread, try to predict the score. Then when the game's played, look how you did. Did you pick the score properly? I do it very well because I've been doing this since the 70s. So yeah, I kind of know what's going on. then you got to get comfortable. So you bet small. Bet, I was in sixth grade. I was betting quarters. All right. So, and this is in the '60s. And in the quarters in the '60s to a 7, 8 year old kid is a lot, is money, right? So I do that, and then I got comfortable betting. Um, and then I started betting $1 on the game, and then it was $5, and before long it was $100 on the game. And I bet $2,000 on a game. So you became more comfortable betting, and the more confident you are, the more you bet, because I know this game's gonna the New England. I know New England and nine's good. I know the over. What's that? The over in the Atlanta game. I love that. I'm going to bet a lot on that. I'm comfortable and confident that's a good bet. So the more you do it, the more comfortable you get, and then the more you start betting, and then you accumulate. And as you grow your bankroll, now you're more comfortable betting $500, and you win. And the more you win, and the positive feedback, the more you bet. So in the beginning, you bet small, you get your feet wet, and get comfortable picking the games, listening to me for my suggestions, and then going, oh, okay, this works, and that's what you do. Mr. Drew Johnson, yes, sir. Teaserking, I appreciate you. I found you back in 2015, and I lost money betting like the public. After learning your concepts, I beat the book every year since. Love those divisional home dogs. Well, Drew, I'm very happy that you made money. That's what I'm really here for. That's why I try to make this a class, and I'm trying to teach, because I know it, but I want to help people, and that's my thing. Now I do handicap because I want to make some money off my skill, but it means more to me to hear this from you, Drew, that I make you money. That's very important to me. Like I said, I'll get tips, and I don't even know why. All of a sudden in my PayPal, there's $100, and I don't have a clue why the guy sent it. And then I'll email him. He's, oh, it's a tip. You just made me $5,000, just like you're saying, Drew. No, I'm not saying that so you give me a tip. I'm just saying that I know I make people money, and that's what's good. I mean, I have a couple of girlfriends in Europe. And basically, I help them out, and it makes me feel good. One girl needed my best friend's in Romania, and she went to Spain for a job, and then she didn't like the job. She went for a waitress job, and they made her wash dishes. She said, "Screw that! I don't want this. I'll wait till I get paid." And she said, "Can I have $100 to fly back to Romania?" And I gave her the $100. I'll pay you back. I said, "No, I didn't help you, so you'd pay me back. I helped you because I'm nice and I can afford to, and I want your life to be easier and happy." And that's what I'm doing here. Is I want people to learn and listen and make money. So I try to teach it as a class, and that's why people are calling me the professor after Money Heist, where he taught everybody how to rob a bank. It's funny. I'm on their Instagram, and I said to the professor, I'm on the professor's Instagram, although he doesn't know who the hell I am. And I said, "Hey, I want to go rob the Russian gold. Do you want to get in on the heist?" And I'm not expecting a response, but it's just a perfect little damn thing for him. Drew, drop your PayPal or Zelle if you can. I want to buy your dinner. Oh, that's very nice, Drew. My PayPal is my email, and you can go to the site. I can give it to you here. It's HROBINS77 @gmail.com, or you can go to www.teaserking.com. Just go to the purchase picks, and then just whatever package you want. I think there's locks for $75. There's $100 for the college bowls if you want. I think there's even an advisory, or if you just want to give me an odd number, just go into PayPal, use my email, and please send me as friend, so I don't pay a 3.5% penalty for this. But that's very nice, Drew, and I very much appreciate it. But the fact that you've made money since 15 is really my reward, and I'm very happy. Please feel free to email me if you are trying to decide a game. Hey, who do you like? In Dallas Giants, I like Dallas. Do you like that? I'm happy to help that, but that's what the purpose of this show is. I found that I can do it live. That's why these are going longer, and I hope that doesn't offend people who are looking for a 20-minute video and they're getting an hour going, oh, shit, he's talking for an hour. I'm going through every game and every situation I can find. So, again, I'm doing it so people who are going, well, who do you like in the Jets-Miami? Who do you like in the as Nick keeps asking about Seattle and the Rams, and so I'm answering his question. And I can do it live, which I think it's much easier to ask me a question and hear my answer than getting lost in emails. And I really hate emails and texts because you can somebody can say something sarcastic. My girlfriend, Thanksgiving, she sends me a picture of a chicken and a turkey, and she's from the Ukraine. And the chicken says Happy Thanksgiving, and the turkey says fuck you. And I took it wrong. I said, I know you don't have Thanksgiving, but what are you telling me to fuck off for? And it wasn't telling me, it was a joke, but you take it wrong because I know you don't have Thanksgiving in the Ukraine and we do in America, it's like you're telling me to fuck off, but that's not what happened, but that's how you read it. So you try to be careful with text and stuff like that. But she's funny. She was being funny with it. Anyway, so that's what you're looking for. So it's all about everything in life. You can start a new job. You're trying to date a girl. Anything. It's about comfort. It's about confidence. It's just relax. Get comfortable with it. Get comfortable talking to the girl. Get comfortable, betting. Get comfortable playing poker. Get comfortable at the stock market. I had a friend ask me about gold. Now, I don't like to tell people what to do, but unless I know what to do. So why do I say about gold? Because I can see how they're doing the printing of the money, and I know printing of the money makes it worth less. And the only way to offset it is to either buy another currency, which you can't do because they're all doing the same thing, or you buy something outside, either gold or silver, or a Mickey Mantle baseball card would hold its value. And so that's what when I do that, and again, I've had my friends and my customers ask me about how do I buy gold and what happens if I need the money. And I say, you buy the gold, just go to a coin shop and don't pay tax. And then if you need to sell it, then just go ahead and take it to the coin shop or go on eBay and sell it. You'll get fair value. Believe me, anybody will buy gold. It's gold. Send his friends and family. Thanks thank you, Drew. I appreciate it. Happy holidays. Again, if you have any questions, you either come up here and ask, who do I like, or just send me an email and I'll be happy to give you my thought. Be careful on the college bowls. Now, the college bowls, me and Nick were talking about who do I like as well. I really like Nevada. They're getting points. And he tells me, well, hey, the quarterback might not play. Then I read today Carson Strong's sitting out because he wants to get ready for the NFL draft, which is such bullshit. So I sit there looking like, okay, be careful on the bowls that these guys don't sit out. Now, teams notorious have been Michigan and Stanford with that. LSU has a lot of guys sit out. A lot of these bigger teams where the guys are pro material and there are a bunch of crybabies that don't want to get hurt because they're playing football. Why? You're going to get hurt. You must like the contact. That's why you're playing football. So they don't want to get injured to hurt their pro career, so they don't play. And that happens like you watch LSU, Florida, these teams that aren't in the playoff. The playoff teams, they're not going to – nobody from Alabama or Georgia sitting down, or Michigan or Cincinnati. Notre Dame might sit out, and then keeping the eye on Notre Dame's coach. Is he bolting like he did when he was with Cincinnati and he didn't stay for the bowl and he went to Notre Dame? God knows why he needed to go to Notre Dame when Cincinnati is trying to win a national title. But is he coaching Notre Dame? And or is he down at LSU? This I don't know. Keep an eye on that. Now, if he does not, I like Oklahoma State anyway. Notre Dame's favored in the game. That's one of my games that, okay, but let's make sure all the Oklahoma State players play and all the Baylor players, are they going to sit out? Bohannon has a hamstring injury for Baylor. Is he going to sit out? Now, those guys aren't really that strong that they're going to be drafted very high. They might need to play to prove that they're good. So it's really just the top flight player. Like, I don't see Ohio State's quarterback sitting out. He's just a freshman. He's not going pro. So it's maybe more the senior guys who are, yeah, you're going to get drafted, or maybe a good tight end, or, something like that, where they might sit out because they don't want to get injured. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. I really hate that. So be careful. Take your time in betting these bowls, but I got 6 locks. If everybody plays, I got 6 locks and another 5 really strong bowl plays. So keep that in mind. If you want, again, the bowls are $100 for all the bowls and the playoffs. And so keep that in mind. A lot of good games, a lot of live dogs like Oklahoma, Baylor, Air Force, the Army. Air Force's quarterback's questionable, so let's keep an eye on him. If he plays, I like the Air Force. If he doesn't play, then it's how good's the backup. And that's the thing. But if you have a month to get ready and the Air Force quarterback's not playing, the backup should do okay. Nick was in the same boat, Drew. A professor made me 1,000 in the bowls a few years ago with Fresno under Ohio State, and bought myself a gold chain. I wear it every day. Well, this is my gold chain. It's when I got my master's in 1995. What I learned was you buy real assets. That's the only hedge you can against currency, because they print the currency and it goes down in value and this goes up. This was my graduation present. Normally I would have bought a class ring. The class ring was $800. This is 1995. This is 2 ounces of gold, and it's 18 karat, because back then they made 18, not 14 like they do now. And this was $500. So this is 2 ounces of gold. This has got to be worth $4,000 and going up fast. And that's my thing, like you're saying, Nick. You definitely want to celebrate, but celebrate wisely. This is always my memory of getting my master's, which has helped me in everything. It helps me here. It helps me with money and budgeting. It helps me buy gold. I got a lot of baseball cards, and even when I collect baseball cards, it was Mickey Mantle, it was Tom Brady, it was Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, whose value isn't what it should be. I got the Montana and Rice. It was like all the stars, Barry Sanders. I at least could figure that out. And I tried to get them in mint condition, because back then there wasn't grading. You couldn't get a PSA 10 like you can now. So this has helped me in everything. So keep that in mind. You want to get out of cash, because they print it, right? So you want to get gold, baseball cards, something. Be careful of Bitcoin. It's just, there really is no, tell me what the value is. I don't understand. There's some guy I was watching on YouTube, and he's swearing by Bitcoin. It's the new currency. Gold, they'll stop you from getting. It's like, so you put it in the freaking drawer, or you send it to your girlfriend in Europe, and she cashes it for you. Like, dude, what are you talking about? But you don't think they're going to stop Bitcoin, and they're going to say it's illegal to have, and it's not currency, because I can't go to Target or I can't go to McDonald's and use Bitcoin to buy anything, which makes it not currency or money. Gold I can, but gold I would exchange for dollars. Bitcoin, I don't know, but I don't get the value, and it's, to me, not something. It's not an asset, and therefore you don't. This is an asset. The baseball cards, the gold, those are assets. They have a value, and that's what you want to have. And that's a life lesson. I teach it to my kids and anybody at work and all over. And, my goal is to get 100 ounces of gold and go live on a beach somewhere, because that's all, that's it. I'm out of the game at 100. So I advise you to buy as much gold and silver as you can to protect yourself. I don't want any of my customers and friends getting hurt. I value you, and this is why I do this show like this. Tell me another handicapper that will talk to people, and I'll tell you you see my losers. I'm giving you every game. Last week I went 13-0. You know it. All the picks are out. You could go through the video and go, yep, that's what he said. Boom, boom, boom. And if there's a loser, it's on video. So go tell me somebody else who does that. But I do it to help you, and I do it to educate. Anything else? I don't know where else to go. Anyway, just get comfortable. Life's about comfort, and be positive, and just be relaxed, and do, pick it up, or, something new. Just get used to it, and then you build on it. So you can't bet 1,000 a game early. You bet 50 a game, 100 a game. Then you get comfortable, you get confidence. And then as you go, you bet more. And that's the key to anything in life. Girls, jobs, Bitcoin, gold, baseball cards. Baseball cards, I didn't know what I was doing at first. I knew about Mickey Mantle, Bobby Orr. That's my most exciting. I bought a nice 1969 Bobby Orr mint condition card. That was a happy day for me that day. But anyway, so that's how you do it. You just get used to it. You do it small, and then you build, and everything else. Then once you're comfortable and you have confidence, you can do anything. So that's really the key to whatever you want to do. And with that, let me know if there's any other questions or comments. Gold right now is down, so the Chinese can buy it. So when you watch these things on gold and silver, and they're saying and looking at charts, just tell them to fuck off, that they don't know what they're doing. And I do. I comment on them, and I put dislikes on them, because they don't know what they're doing. They're kept low so the Chinese and Russians can buy. That's why they're low. There is no trend. It's not a market. It's not like people are selling gold. Nobody's selling gold, not with inflation. And they keep asking, well, geez, it's inflation. Why is gold going down? Because the Chinese and Russians want to buy it. Hello, how many times do we have to go through this? Why are NFL games fixed? Because they're fixed. They can make money. That's why they're fixed. Oh, my God, how stupid are these people? And these are like supposedly experts, and I just laugh going, these guys don't know what they're doing. All right, that's the games. Why don't I do, what do we got? What's today? The 17th is Friday. I think there's 2 games on Friday. And then we got about 5 games on Saturday. So let me, maybe I'll do a Saturday morning. I'll either do a Friday night or Saturday morning show to talk about the bowls, and we'll walk through the bowls. Probably if I don't do the Friday night, I like the over in the Coastal Carolina Northern Illinois game. As long as McCall plays, and see, he's a good quarterback. He could sit out to get ready for the draft, but I don't think so. So I think he's going to want to prove that, look how good I am, and play. But if he doesn't play, don't play it over. But the game's Friday, I believe. So if you don't see him, what's tomorrow, Thursday? So if you don't hear he's not playing, that's a good over game. Coastal Carolina scores a lot. Northern Illinois is an over team. Weak defense. Coastal Carol score a lot, but I like the overs, just 64. So play that over. You got all the pros to play it with. And then Saturday, it's not a great first bunch of games. That comes in the second week when there's a lot of strong, so many locks. Oh, my God. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 locks after the 30th, and 2 lock. Well, I guess 1 lock, because my other lock was Nevada, but that spread went up to 5 Strong's out. Now the question, here's where Teaserking earns his money. How good is the backup on Nevada? And I'll have to check out his stats. He might be really good. It wouldn't surprise me but then I got to worry about the coach. The coach, I think, is the new coach at Florida State, Norvell. Well, if he's not coaching and Strong's not playing, then then just stay away from Nevada. Otherwise, that was such a strong dog. I had them 14-point favorites. And I think the first line was them -10 until all the shit hit the fan. They would kill Western. Western's an over team, and now Nevada, I don't know what they are. Because without the quarterback, they're obviously not an A team. And so their defense is pretty good. But again, is the coach playing? Anyway, so I see Louisville 1.5 over the Air Force. If the quarterback for Air Force plays, I really like Air Force in the 7.5. All right, I'll get into college on Saturday. I think tomorrow is Thursday, Friday. Yeah, so I'll probably do it Saturday. It'll be a good Saturday morning thing to do, is walk through the bowl games. Maybe Friday night, depends, but I might be busy Friday night. Okay, everybody. Well, have a great weekend. Good luck tomorrow taking San Diego and the 9 or under 58 or both. I'm going to probably be on San Diego -9 because Casey's defense has played really well. Well, it could be an under game too, but I think Herbert plays it. They beat Casey the first game. They beat them. It's been a dog the last 7. So that's where you keep, if Red's coming up, you keep betting Red. So take San Diego in the 9, I think, is the best play of that one. And that's what I'll be on. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful night. And again, Drew, thank you very much. I deeply appreciate your kind gift, and I hope I make you a bunch more. If you want, buy the bowls, or if you just want to ask me some questions on you like a bowl team and do I, please feel free to ask that. But yeah, if you want the bowls, let me know. We can certainly do something based on that. You've already given me a gift. All right, everybody, have a wonderful night. And again, the professor signing off. Hope you enjoyed class, and good luck this weekend. I'm shooting for another 13-0. I don't know if I can do that, but when I get hot, I get fucking hot. And, who else can go 13-0 but the Teaserking? This week should be a lot of good games. And again, I got it down to pretty much, I got the art down pretty well. So we'll see what happens. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. Good luck on the games and everything else. Merry Christmas. I know that's coming up in a week, and I will be traveling, so I will be somewhere in a hotel. I don't know if I'll be able to do this show. I'm not really planning on it, but I might. But I'll be available for emails if there's questions and stuff like that. So I'll try to do one. Well, that's why I'll try to do the bowls now, and then try to maybe sneak in an NFL. All right, everybody, have a great day. Take care. The professor signing off.